Hi, welcome to the African World Channel. Some African countries are doing a good job managing their money and not borrowing too much from big organizations like the International Monetary Fund, IMF. In this video, we'll look at 10 African countries that have low debts to the IMF. This shows they are handling their money well and working towards building a strong economy. Number 10, Burundi with a debt amount of $103,100,000. Burundi, like many African nations, has faced economic challenges, including issues related to debt. Burundi is considered one of the world's least developed countries, and its economy is heavily dependent on agriculture. Political instability and social issues have also impacted its economic growth, but has managed to keep its IMF debt low. Number 9, Seychelles with a debt amount of $98,419,500. Seychelles is known for its beautiful landscapes and tourism. The government is doing a good job managing money by making sure they spend wisely and don't borrow too much. Number 8, Gambia with a debt amount of $97,762,500. Gambia is a small West African country with an economy that relies on agriculture, tourism, and remittances. Like many countries, Gambia faces economic challenges, and the management of its debt is a critical aspect of its economic stability. Number 7, the Kingdom of Eswatini with a debt amount of $78,500,000. Eswatini's economy has had ongoing issues like slow growth, too much spending, and state-owned businesses not making money. If things don't change, the country might struggle to reach its goals, and problems like poverty and unemployment could stay high. Even though Swaziland is small and landlocked, it's doing a good job managing its money. The government is working on making the economy better by attracting investments and making smart financial choices. Number 6, Equatorial Guinea with a debt amount of $76,537,000. Most of what Equatorial Guinea sells to other countries is oil, making up most of the money they make. It's also a big part of all the goods and services they produce. If they have a leader with good ideas, they could process their own oil instead of just sending it out as it is. This way, they could make more money and find it easier to pay back what they owe. Hey everyone, if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button below. And if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 5, Cabo Verde with a debt amount of $50,720,000. Cabo Verde mainly makes money from services like businesses, transportation, tourism, and public services. About 3/4 of its income comes from these things. It's good to see that even though it's a small country, they're managing to keep their debt low. Number 4, Guinea-Bissau with a debt amount of $41,073,400. Guinea-Bissau has had some trouble with its government being uncertain, and that has sometimes made it hard for them to handle money matters well. The country relies a lot on farming for basic needs, selling cashew nuts, and getting help from other countries. Usually, about 80% of its money comes from this support. It's good to know that they don't owe much to the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Number 3, Lesotho with a debt amount of $31,995,000. Lesotho's money comes from farming, raising animals, making things, and mining. Lesotho is good at making smart financial choices, and it's working on improving roads and other things to make its economy stronger and more varied. This helps the country handle money owed in a good way. Number 2, Djibouti with a debt amount of $31,800,000. Djibouti is important because it's in a special place by the sea that ships use a lot. Djibouti's money situation can be affected by its location and what's happening in the world. Many nearby countries without a coast use Djibouti's ports to send out their products, and Djibouti makes money from this by charging fees. This is a big part of how the government gets money. Number 1, São Tomé and Príncipe with a debt amount of $24,816,432. São Tomé has really good conditions for growing tropical crops. The weather is good, the soil is rich, and there's plenty of water. So, the main way they make money is by growing crops like cocoa beans. It's important for them to not borrow too much money from outside, especially from the IMF. These 10 African countries are showing that it's possible to manage money well and not borrow too much from big organizations like the IMF. Even though challenges exist, these nations prove that with smart planning and good choices, African countries can keep debts low and work towards long-term economic success. These countries don't owe much money. If they have good leaders, they can pay off their debts and manage their own money without help from the IMF. I hope African countries can stop borrowing and start managing their own natural resources. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. We look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care and stay awesome.